What's that? The other,
You should read the meaning of that one.
I did.
Yeah, and it's got 23 in it as well. 23 is a very popular number, you know. Coolio said, I'm 23 now, willing to see 24. And I said, Tupac said, will I live to see 23? So much pain. And Burna Boy song 23. Michael Jordan. There's something else as well. There's a like an old school funk song. I sent it to you or something. 23 as well. It's a very powerful number, basically popular
The
as well.
23rd of loneliness, and it's been for so many things.
It's not 23rd.
It's the 22nd of loneliness.
Yeah.
Then she goes on to the 23rd in the next verse.
The 23rd of loneliness.
No, that's the 22nd of loneliness.
Oh.
And then she said the 23rd in the next verse.
Okay.
Keep recording. I don't know. And do you know what my auntie's door number is?
23?
Yeah, I never noticed until after I started seeing the number. Yeah,
Sometimes I'm on the bus, or sometimes I'm on the bus, or I'm making a journey to see you or something, and I'll be made to look at a door number.
Okay, yeah.
And it's, yeah.
There's something about it. 100% something about it. You see, Brother Rich,
Yeah.
he had a program literally yesterday about 2023. Numerology guy. So that's what I'm going to put in a minute.
Okay.
You know, fuck all this drugs and what you gotta see. You gotta see in something visual, and you can judge me, or you can judge the actual drug, or you can judge people in the past that smoked drugs in front of you. I'm just showing you that. Boom. Man smoking food, innit? What? Yeah. Whatever you wanna call it, I call it food. People call it drugs. People call me a nitty. People call you a cracker. People can call you whatever they want. But how do they know what the person's been through in for them to use that to aid them? It's a medical thing. Anything that you put into your body, from you wake up and drink a glass of water, anything you put into your mouth, that decision you make to put something inside your mouth, if it be a cigarette for stress, water first thing in the morning, breakfast, whatever you put in your body is your makeup of your body, part of your coping mechanism. Yeah. Nobody knows what I've been doing for the last 20 years. 20 years popping psycho pills. One side effect reads may cause suicidal thoughts or may kill you directly. Yes, I'm gonna let you sit there and judge. Oh, look at this guy. How could he even do that on the camera, smoking food on the camera like he's promoting drugs? I'm not promoting drugs. I'm promoting mental health. Yeah, because there's nothing wrong with my faculties. To the point, imagine I'm under a certain system or so-called care system, NHS, mental health, whatever.
Act of 1983.
Before I was 20 years old. And the only way I could actually manage and cope, it got to a stage when the only way I could manage and cope was to take so-called illegal illicit drugs, yeah, to make me feel like I've got some type of brain in my head. Because the way, I don't know if you've ever experienced somebody in your family, or sort of friend or family, that's gone through the mental health system and have taken the tablets or injection or whatever, they're not the same no more. Understand? They slowed them straight down. They can't even process emotion. Imagine that you can't process emotion. What the fuck does that mean? What did I just say? You can't even, not feel emotion, not feel no feelings. You can't process emotion. You're just there as a blank canvas, like some type of
numb.
It's
empty.
It's so frustrating because you don't even know. Boy, you're supposed to feel emotion. That's what makes you a human being. Emotional intelligence is what makes you a human, fam. Otherwise, you might as well just be a fucking clone or a robot or an android. Yeah, they're making this new technology, AI. They're even giving them sentient beings life and responding to it in an emotional way.
Right.
So they're making the robots have emotions, and the people that are I'm not going to blow my own trumpet or people's trumpet, but most people you meet inside a psych ward are very, 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 very advanced beings. Yeah. So all these advanced beings are being rounded up, infiltrated for their ideas, and not just that, they've been numbed down so they can't feel, so they can't communicate with their families, so they can't communicate with the wider community that need to hear them. Yeah, because we're the ones that actually, I'm not being funny, I'm not even blowing up our own trumpet. We're the ones that actually give that person that smile in the morning. They're the people that still got the warmth and the.
You never had it the hardest.
You understand? I mean, we've been through the worst childhood experiences, because more time you're in the cycle from what you've seen as a child. Yeah? But still, even though we've gone through all of that pressure as a child, everyone's got their individual story. I'm not talking just about people in the cycles, I'm talking about people even managing on the roadside and haven't been in a cycle, but battling their own struggle.
Hurt people, heal people, not hurt people.
Exactly, hurt people more time than heal people. It goes the other way as well. They can be hurt people that have been bullied in their life, and they process their hurt by bullying other people. But everything's a lesson, everything is everything. There's no such thing as right or wrong. Understand? Yeah, we're all evolving as a species. There's a big thing about mental health over the last 5-10 years. People are getting involved. But at the same time, the stigma hasn't changed. People still take the piss out of people with mental health. Or people just use it as a thing where, oh yeah, I'm anxious, or this and that, or they just take the piss out of people with mental health due to the fact that they're pretending they can sympathise or empathise or go through the same thing. That this is a serious thing. This isn't a thing to be joking around with, to the point where the younger generation are willingly taking antipsychotic drugs just to be cool, like promethazine. Promethazine is not a thing to play with, you lot. I'm not being funny. That please, man them, because I can't even call you youngers, because you're man them. The younger generation is actually the older generation. Because for me, I'm born in 1982. Yeah. So somebody, I'm 40 years old. Yeah, 82 I'm born. So if I met a 25-year-old, say to speak, I don't know what year that would have been born in. Let's say he's born in 1998 or something like that. If I'm born in 82, and the youngsters born in, or the so-called youngsters born in 98, that means he's 16 years older than me, because he's come to the earth 16 years later than I've come to the earth. So that means that technically he's my older brother, bringing me up to speed of what I need to bring him up to speed with, and I can also show him what I've seen in my little time on earth. We've all got to communicate in the best way we know how, and that's just by expressing our thoughts. Our thoughts are the things that trap us, especially if we think we've got thoughts that may be off key or may not be able, you know what I mean?
Been infiltrated.
And not just exactly this day and age. I know you don't know what I'm talking about. When people are affecting our thoughts, making us second guess ourselves, making us feel a certain type of way, making us feel nervous, and if we're going mad, you burn a spliff, and next thing you know, everyone's laughing at you, or so you feel, or and that's not the weed doing that. That's something else. We're being under attack spiritually. When you open up your gates to when you get lean, and you lean off the path that you're solid square, you're solid square underneath your feet, and you're leaning, anything can jump in you. Yeah, mind out you lot, man, because life is a beautiful thing, but at the same time, if you make it too beautiful and you're having too much fun, and you're not under the control of certain entities and certain organizations, they will come for you. Say it again.
You're too open.
Way too open. And you're not under control of them. If they can't control you, they'll find a way to control you. So mind your mouth. Don't say too much about what you know, but say to who. Everybody knows who to talk to, when to talk, and things of that nature. Express yourself, people. So see what I love about the next generation? They don't give a monkey's. But at the same time, all of that expression and all of that freedom of expression and freedom of the chains and the shackles of our families, of our grandparents and our parents, all of that fear and subservience needs to be used in a positive way. Man them. How many man them is doing their thing on the road? Let's just say, for example, in one area, let's just say, it's going to be about 4 or 5 lines, yeah? So that's one little, small area. So imagine all the areas in London, all the areas up and down the UK, which is the thing I set off before, but I'm not bragging about nothing, about OT and all of that, yeah? The blueprint. Imagine everybody, now this is the next part of the blueprint now. Everybody that's doing their thing, let's for example say, they're not arguing about no bullshit beef about gal, about territory, about postcodes that nobody owns. Everybody comes together now. Whatever little dickhead money you're making, even if you're only making £300 a day, imagine everybody's lying making £300 a day. Or whatever you're making, you just contribute £150 a day from the line and all put it together. Think about it. If we came together, we've had enough fucking destruction. It's time to deal with construction now, people. You see me, when I do this thing here, I don't do this to waste my time and think about, listen, the thing looks very negative. I'm going to show you again. This is the situation I've been into. I've been so mad, I've been thinking so much. Don't think too much, because thinking too much will get you mad. If you think too much and don't communicate, yeah, you're holding it and bottling up, look at the tune stop. You're bottling up all of these emotions, yeah, and you're not talking, you're thinking, then you get stuck. Huh? Listen, I'm going to show you again. It's got to the point where I lost my mind at 20 years old. I'm 40 years old now. Yeah, I'm 40 years old. Yeah, I've had the best life. I wouldn't change nothing. I'm not complaining. I've had a beautiful life. I've been in the mental health system for 20 years. I've been incarcerated. I've been everywhere. I've been in any type of position that you think you can never come back from. I've been in that position that you can't come back from. To the point where I've done mental health drugs for so much, they turned me into a zombie. A complete zombie. The Home Office wanted to kill me off. The fucking doctors wanted to write me off. Wanted to write all these prescriptions. I've done anything you can think of in the mental health library of pharmaceuticals, GlaxoSmithKline. I've done the drugs. Trust me, it's in my blood. Yeah? To the point where I've had to hit the road, get some MDMA, get some sniff, just to feel alive, not even to get high. I'm not doing this to get high. I'm doing this just to be able to communicate with you how I can communicate with you now. Otherwise, I'll be underneath that duvet, months at a time. Yeah? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to tell you, don't let it get to this. You don't need this to free your mind, because your mind's already there. Keep that smile on your face, yeah, and keep your mind to your mind and yourself to yourself. I'm sorry about doing this. I'm not promoting this. I'm actually sorry about doing this to promote it to anybody that might think this is a good idea. But for me, I'm doing it for me. It's not going to be forever either. It's a temporary fix. Watch when you see me on the other side. Ja. You know, the way this tune's stopping,